Night before my wedding, my mother knelt on the floor begging me to give my fiancé to her beloved stepdaughter. When I refused, my brother slapped me. I held my cheek and laughed bitterly. Anything Lisa wants, I have to sacrifice? Wasn't the kidney I donated to her 6 months ago enough? Now you want my future husband too? My mother's eyes were red. Lisa can't live without David. I promise. Once she gets better, he'll come back and marry you. My brother gripped my wrist. Emma, stop being difficult. We're family. Don't you want Lisa to live well? David was still wearing the suit he'd get married in tomorrow, yet he didn't hesitate to notify relatives that the wedding was cancelled. The three of them rushed away, leaving me alone like a confused clown with my wedding dress still laid out on the bed. The next day, I packed my things and texted David, "We need to talk." He replied quickly with a selfie of him and Lisa together. I called my mother. She answered quietly, "David is here with Lisa. She's much more stable now. Can't talk. I need to bring Lisa her suit." I threw my phone aside and drove to the hospital. My stepfather and mother were hovering around Lisa, cutting apples for her. My brother and David were by her side playing video games with her. Despite feeling physically unwell, I walked in. Lisa immediately clung to David, her eyes brimming with tears. "Sister, will you please let me have David?" David quickly stood up. "Emma, I was planning to come home later." My stepfather looked uncomfortable but forced a smile. "Emma, Lisa's not well yet. After she recovers, our whole family will attend your wedding." Lisa suddenly appeared severely triggered. She clutched her head and screamed. My brother held her, comforting her gently. "Don't be afraid, Lisa. I'm here." My mother pushed me out the door. "Why did you come? Don't you know seeing you upsets her?" I stared directly into my mother's eyes. "Mom, do you remember I'm your biological daughter?" Hesitation flashed in her eyes before she coldly pushed me away. "Emma, don't be immature. Your stepfather paid for your college and graduate school. You should be grateful." I desperately held my mother's hand. "Mom, I can pay back all the money to him, but could you please?" She closed the door without another glance at me. I finished my sentence to the empty hallway. "Stop treating me this way." David came out. Guilt shadowed his eyes. "Emma, there's nothing between Lisa and me. Her depression is very severe." I looked at the man I'd loved for 7 years. "David, remember that summer during grad school when Lisa insisted on interning in our city? The pet camera at home recorded everything you two did together every day." His face paled. His fingers gripped my sleeve tightly. "Emma, we didn't do anything wrong." I nodded. "That's right. You didn't do anything. You played games together, watched shows together, walked my dog together, and when you fell asleep on the sofa and she secretly kissed you, you didn't push her away." "Emma, we were about to get married." "David, we won't be getting married. Lisa is more likable than me. Everyone loves her. I can't pretend anymore. All these years, she keeps sending you cute selfies. You never replied, but you were drawn to her, weren't you?" As I turned to leave, David suddenly hugged me. "Emma, I'll come home with you. Our 7 years together." Just then, Lisa appeared at the window. She violently smashed her head against the wall. "Emma, why do you have to compete with me for everything?" David immediately let go of my hand. In that moment, our 7-year relationship ended. My brother cornered me against the wall. "Emma, can't you be reasonable? Do you have to turn the whole family upside down?" I told my brother and mother, "Don't worry, your precious Lisa can have David now." I went home, packed all my belongings, took my dog, and called my best friend Olivia, who was herding sheep on the grasslands. "Olivia, I'm driving to see you. I've always wanted to see the grasslands." "What's wrong?" "Emma, nothing. I'm already on my way." When Olivia met me at the service station, she gave me a big hug. "Emma, you've lost so much weight. You're just skin and bones." I admitted the truth. "Olivia, I might be dying." Her eyes widened. "Don't joke about that." I hugged her tightly. "Terminal bone cancer. Not much time left." Olivia frantically tried to push me toward her car. "I'll drive you to the hospital for treatment." I shook my head. "Olivia, I'm tired. I want to leave this world looking beautiful, without regrets." I left my car at the service area and got into Olivia's pickup truck, holding my dog Max and resting in the back seat. Olivia asked, "Does David know?" "He doesn't deserve to know." "What about your mother and brother?" "Perhaps for a long time, they've only been someone else's mother and brother." We arrived at her yurt at dawn. Max saw the grasslands for the first time and ran wildly with joy. I thought, after I die, it would be nice for my dog to stay here on the grasslands where he can run freely without worries. Olivia turned away, choking up. "Emma, David promised me he would take good care of you. Is this how he cares for you?" I tugged at her sleeve carefully. "Olivia, can we not talk about him?" Lying next to Olivia, I felt at peace. "Olivia, am I weak for running away? I just can't bear to see them anymore." "No, Emma, you can't wake someone who's pretending to sleep. Just like you can't fight to change your mother and brother's favoritism. It's better to leave." Pain swept through my body again. My face paled as I took out painkillers from my bag. Max lay nearby, whimpering softly. Olivia's hands trembled as she helped me take my medicine. I forced a smile. "Olivia, I need one more favor. My mom always said I cost my stepfather a lot of money. Could you help me transfer these $50,000 to their account? You're my best friend, and I hate to trouble you when I'm dying. There's another $15,000 in that card. Consider it my final gift to you, okay?" Olivia sighed heavily. "Emma, you should use this money for treatment." I shook my head. "I don't have time." She stopped talking and just turned away, wiping her tears. I hugged her from behind. "Olivia, I'm sorry. Emma, I have many sheep. I can pay for your medical expenses. Let's get you treatment, please." My eyes reddened as I stroked her hair. "Olivia, even standing upright is painful for me now. I want to die beautifully. I don't want chemotherapy. I don't want to lose my hair. And I don't want to die in that city with them." Olivia stopped pushing me to see doctors. That day, holding my medical report, she cried on the grasslands for a long time. She transferred the money to my stepfather's account for me. My mother rarely called her. "Is Emma still sulking?" "She's with you, right? That's a relief. Tell her we received the money. It'll be useful for Lisa's treatment." Olivia couldn't help but mock her. "Auntie, if Emma were dying, would you care for her the way you care for Lisa?" My mother's voice turned sharp and angry. "Olivia, tell Emma to stop being petty about Lisa." Olivia challenged her. "Auntie, wasn't Emma's kidney enough to repay you for raising her?"